Wins News Time, 7:11. That's time for traffic and transit. Here's Ian Stark.
Got a call that there is a crash on the eastbound belt in the area of Knapp Street. That shutting down all lanes. Now, I do see delays passing by Flatbush Avenue, making your way westbound for Shore. Eastbound heading into the scene also looks rough. What you want to do is get over on Shore Parkway and take Shore Parkway. Eventually, you'll get back onto the belt. It reconnects you. Well, you connect with Amons Avenue. You take Amons, and then Amons gets you back to the belt. But you can get around this. Just make sure you get off on Shore Parkway, take Shore to Amons, and you should be just fine. Now, here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Some really heavy delays at the GWB sticking around, heading inbound about 20 to 25 minutes. Outbound, you still have traffic on the westbound Cross Bronx and on the westbound Bruckner. And once you get to the GWB, it's not too bad. But if you had all that traveling to the GWB together, it's still about 35 minutes or so getting to the bridge. Outbound Lincoln looks great. Inbound Lincoln still kind of slow, but the holiday delay in both directions. So if you're going to choose between the two, I would definitely go for the outbound Lincoln. Inbound is a wash. I'm Ian Stark. Our next report at 7:21. 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Now the AccuWeather 4-day forecast with meteorologist Brian Thompson.
It's going to turn out mainly clear and comfortable as we head through tonight. Low 64 in the city. It will be in the 50s in some suburbs. Now we have a very nice weekend ahead. Lots of sunshine for tomorrow with low humidity. High temperatures around 80. Still mainly clear and comfortable for tomorrow night. Low 65 in the city. It will get into the 50s in most suburbs. Now Sunday's going to be pretty much a repeat performance of tomorrow. Lots of sunshine. The humidity will stay low. It will be just a little bit warmer Sunday, a high of 83. Still nice into Monday with sunshine much of the time. The humidity will stay low with a high of 84. And then a little bit warmer, highs back into the mid to upper 80s on Tuesday with a few more clouds mixing in, but mostly dry through the next few days. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station. 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Coming up, a cat missing for more than 2 years. Will we be doing a story about it if it was still missing? I'm not sure, but the cat has been found. A remarkable story out of Long Island tonight. If your pet has been missing for more than 2 years, the likelihood of seeing that pet again, let's face it, is small. But Isabella, a cat who went missing in June 2023, was found in the Hamptons this week. Isabella was adopted from a shelter in Wantagh by her owner in Great Neck. The cat escaped the home. The owner put up flyers in the neighborhood, according to LICS. That's the acronym for the Long Island Cat Kitten Solution. A homeowner in Hampton Bays, about 70 miles from Great Neck, had been feeding Isabella for 3 months and decided to scan her for a microchip, and that helped return the cat home. This is the cat's owner, Suzanne Muller.
In terms of her personality and everything, she's exactly the way she was before she left. She's not traumatized. She's not fearful. And she was very cuddly right away.
It's good to hear. Worst air in the world. It's a title that a city would not want. Is it L.A., Delhi, Beijing? Chicagoans love their city, rightfully so, but this is a title right now they probably do not care for.
Lollapalooza, Chicago's annual 3-day music festival beside Lake Michigan and Grant Park, kicking off on Friday with a lot of excited fans.
Done like Coachella, Made in America, Rolling Loud, all that, but Lolla has been on the bucket list.
But Lolla comes with a warning this year. With more than 650 wildfires burning across Canada, smoke has been drifting south, creating a haze covering the Chicago skyline. The EPA has listed an air quality alert for Chicago, urging those with respiratory issues and kids with asthma to stay inside. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
The sounds of the great guitarist Mick Taylor, a former member of the Rolling Stones. He joined the Stones in 1969 and stayed with them for 5 years. Now Taylor's representative is saying that a guitar in an exhibit at the Metropolitan Museum of Art is actually his. The exhibition is called Play It Loud. The guitar in question, a 1959 Gibson Les Paul, appeared on The Ed Sullivan Show in October 1964 in the hands of Keith Richards. When the Stones first appeared on The Ed Sullivan Show, Eric Clapton is said to have played it. Jimmy Page was photographed with it. But Taylor says, through his representative, that he bought the guitar from a road manager for the Stones, brought it with him in 1969 on tour with the Stones, and at some point the guitar disappeared. The museum says no. The museum says the guitar has a long public history of ownership, and Taylor never owned it. Officials in Palermo, Maine are upset that a contractor paid a $20,000 fine in pennies.
The town ruled Kirk Sherman violated an ordinance when he made too large of a path along a lake. The state did not see the need for a penalty, but left the final call up to the town. Sherman filled dozens of buckets with 12,000 pounds of pennies and dumped them in a huge pile on the floor of the Palermo town office.
I just want them to realize that they weren't here with us, so this is our kind of one fun way of saying, here's your payment, good luck.
Sherman may be charged an extra handling fee because it took so long for town employees to count all 2 million pennies.
It's correspondent Michael Wallace. Sometimes when a baseball player is on a hot streak, they say that the ball looks like a beach ball to them up at the plate. Well, how about a baseball that's 8 feet in diameter? A giant baseball has broken a Guinness World Record by accumulating 6,750 signatures. The ball is on a tour of minor league ballparks and will come to the MLB flagship store in New York on Tuesday. Traffic on Sunday nights in the summer can be as bad as the weekday rush hours, so we've added expanded traffic reports Sunday nights through Labor Day.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good evening. It's 73 degrees at 7:20. I'm Bud Mishkin. Here's what's happening. A fatal stabbing at a deli this afternoon in East New York, Brooklyn. A public boost today for the Interborough Express that will be designed to connect Brooklyn and Queens. 3 brothers who run a jewelry store in Nassau County are suing both the county and the police department after they were arrested and accused of beating up a would-be customer, but a grand jury dropped the charges. Former Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell has been moved to a federal prison camp in Texas that is considered minimum security. This following her meeting with the Trump administration's Deputy Attorney General. At 1010 Wins Entertainment News, the series And Just Like That, the Sex and the City revival, is coming to an end. Sports tonight, the Yankees are in Miami, the Mets host the Giants, the Liberty are in Connecticut. AccuWeather, really nice tonight, a clear night, low 64 in the city, 50s in the burbs. Tomorrow and Sunday, sunny and pleasant and low humidity. Winds News Time, 7:21. It's time for traffic and transit on the ones with Ian Stark.
Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Still seeing a lot of traffic in the GWB. I mean, we're getting to the point where it's not incredibly awful, but still, if you're heading westbound on the Cross Bronx from the Bronx River Parkway, you still got a real slow go getting to the bridge, and you get there, and it's about 15 minutes across the upper and lower, but again, you have all those delays on the westbound Cross Bronx. If you're traveling inbound through the toll plaza, across the bridge, into the Deegan, now it's about a 20 to 25-minute trip. You do better on the lower level, but still, once you get to the Cross Bronx, you'll be slowing down into the Deegan as well. The Holland Tunnel is still about 25 minutes in and out. You're still seeing a lot of traffic in the covered roadway. If you're heading outbound, you do much better to the Lincoln North or Center Tubes. Inbound, still seeing some traffic at the Lincoln, but at least eastbound 495 is beginning to ease out a little bit. Still seeing a lot of traffic in Brooklyn on the belt as you make your way westbound near Cropsey Avenue, but then by the time you get to Flatbush Avenue, traffic is beginning to pick up on your way to Queens. And here's what we see on Long Island's Big Three. You have some westbound traffic on the LIE and the Northern State heading into the Cross Island Parkway. Southern State slows down after the Meadowbrook into Eagle Avenue at exit 18. I'm Ian Stark. Our next report at 7:31. 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Fatal stabbing this afternoon at a deli in East New York in Brooklyn. Sources say it was an apparently unprovoked attack. Police say it happened around 3 o'clock. And those sources tell 1010 Wins an agitated male was asked to leave the deli. He left, came back, went behind the counter and stabbed the employee. This was not thought to be a robbery. The employee later died at the hospital. The suspect is at large. And a fatal stabbing in Harlem. Police believe this was a domestic incident. Police say they responded to a home on West 138th Street around 4 a.m. today. A 34-year-old man was found with multiple stab wounds. Sources tell 1010 Wins the man was stabbed by his boyfriend during a domestic incident. The suspect is still at large. The Interborough Express, the plan for a light rail between Brooklyn and Queens, got a boost today from the governor.
The 14-mile light rail is designed to cut commutes in half and skip Manhattan entirely.
This is about bringing people together, that the outer boroughs are now joined, that there's not a requirement that if you want to go see your mother in Queens from Brooklyn, that you have to go into Manhattan first.
Governor Hochul says the project is now entering the next phase. Queens Borough President Donovan Richards says this is a game changer.
We're talking about cutting commute times in half, if not more. And we're talking about opening up new job and economic opportunities.
The MTA says the money's in place and the IBX is no longer just a dream. Darius Radzi is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM in Borough Park, Brooklyn.
A home grows in Brooklyn. A home for $25 million. It is a home that was created by Dmitry Eppelbaum, a dentist born in Ukraine. He created it about 15 years ago. He says he was inspired by his travels. It is a massive limestone structure designed to resemble a palace. And it's on the market for $25 million.
It's extravagant inside. I've seen the pictures. I think everybody's seen the pictures. The houses across the street are $2.85 million each, and they've been sitting there for a while.
It's a beautiful place, a very unique place.
I don't know who's going to move to Bay Ridge with $25 million.
It just doesn't match anything here.
For the record, the annual property taxes are $34,301. Though, if you can handle the $25 million, you can probably handle the taxes. President Trump posted on social media that he is ordering 2 U.S. submarines to be positioned around areas of Russia. The president says it is due to what he calls highly provocative statements by the Russian official Dmitry Medvedev.
One of the things that we have to remember is that this is what submarine forces do. They are constantly around the world on classified missions, and it is very rare to actually disclose that a submarine mission is underway or a kind of deployment in this way, as President Trump is saying in his social media post. So it's it's just a lot of questions that officials here, depending on, really don't have answers to, because they're referring all of our questions to the White House.
It's correspondent Luis Martinez. We have 73 degrees right now in lower Manhattan, going down to a low later on tonight of 64 in the city and some 50s in some suburbs. So good sleeping weather tonight, and then we'll have a weekend, according to AccuWeather, of sunny, pleasant conditions with low humidity. Temperatures both days around 80 or the low 80s. Now Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins.
Wall Street saw the steepest losses in 3 months today following government revisions to job figures, which drop average job growth over 3 months to just 35,000 per month. Those are pre-pandemic era numbers. The July jobs report also reveals another drop in manufacturing employment, this time to a 3-year low. A separate measure of U.S. factory employment is at the lowest in 5 years. This unsavory data, coupled with the latest tariff news, sparked a sell-off on Wall Street today. The Dow fell 532 points, the Nasdaq lost 472, and the S&P fell 101. Meanwhile, Nintendo says the new U.S. tariffs did not have a significant impact on its latest forecast, but admits it may have to raise prices depending on the situation. Nintendo sold more than 6 million Switch 2 consoles over the first 7 weeks on the market, but kept its full-year forecast unchanged. The company says it still expects to sell 15 million units of its next-gen hardware by March, maintaining what's widely seen as a conservative view. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Erica Herskowitz for 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
After the rains yesterday and the heat and humidity for so many days, this is quite a forecast from AccuWeather for tonight. Mostly clear and comfortable. We'll have a low of 64 in the city, 50s in some of the suburbs. That's good sleeping weather. Tomorrow, sunny and pleasant with low humidity. We'll have a high of 80. We'll have another cool night tomorrow night. And then Sunday, more of the same. Sunny, beautiful, high of 83. On Monday, still nice with sun much of the time and the humidity remaining low and a high of 84 on Monday. So the next 3 days really look beautiful from a weather standpoint. We'll have the full 4-day AccuWeather forecast coming up in just about 3 minutes. Good evening, I'm Bud Mishkin. Wins News Time at the Tone, 7:30.
Good evening, I'm Mario Boscus. A new lawsuit on Long Island claims Nassau County Police tarnished 2 men's reputations in 5 towns.
The Avital brothers were arrested and charged with attacking a man who was allegedly trying to sell them a fake bracelet. Charges were later dropped, but the press release with their mugshots is still on the PD website. Their attorney is Alexander Klein.
This press release simply said they had committed this conduct as a matter of fact, that a quote-unquote robbery occurred, and that the allegations were quote-unquote according to detectives, without mentioning the fact that there were no detectives who had any first-hand knowledge of what happened here.
And once word got around about the arrests,
practically overnight after the defamatory press release, they were persona non grata.
Mac Rosenberg, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Nassau police, for their part, say they cannot comment on pending litigation. Winds News Time 7:31. Traffic and transit right now with Ian Stark.
Thank you, Mario. And here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The inbound GWB is still a tough trip. Got a lot of traffic making their way through the toll plaza to the upper level out of the truck lanes. The local car lane's a little bit better, but still it's probably going to take about 25 minutes on the upper, maybe 20 on the lower. It's really kind of a wash with that inbound GWB. Outbound, the delays are really before you get to the bridge of the Cross Bronx. From the Bronx River Parkway heading to the Deegan under the apartments. Once you're on the span, the outbound GWB up and lower are pretty much delay-free. Same thing with the Lincoln. The inbound Lincoln is a tough trip, maybe about 20 minutes inbound, but outbound the Lincoln, no delays through the north and center tubes. It's the Holland that's the problem. Both directions of Holland is the slowest choice from the covered roadway through Jersey City in both directions to Manhattan. It is really a tough trip. Now, if you are traveling to Queens, you're going to see some extra traffic on the Whitestone and on the Throgs Neck Bridge. The Triborough right now looks like the best bet when it comes to those three options. Bronx-bound, all three are looking pretty good. And once in Queens, still seeing a lot of traffic on the eastbound Grand Central Parkway, heading past LaGuardia on your way to City Field. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes and breaking traffic alerts when they happen. I'm Ian Stark, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Now the AccuWeather 4-day forecast with meteorologist Brian Thompson.
After we saw heavy rain in parts of the tri-state yesterday, we are going to see improving weather over the next several days and really not much in the way of rain into the early part of next week. Certainly a dry stretch over the next several days. The skies going to continue to clear tonight and will turn out mostly clear and comfortable. Low 64 in the city. It'll be in the 50s in some suburbs. A good deal of sunshine for tomorrow. A nice day with low humidity, a high near 80. Mainly clear tomorrow night, low 65 in the city. It will be in the 50s in most suburbs. Another nice sunny day on Sunday, maybe a little bit warmer, a high of 83. And still nice into Monday with sunshine much of the time. The humidity will stay low. On Monday, 84, and even a bit warmer Tuesday. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
A major move for Ghislaine Maxwell, still behind bars, but in a very different situation.
Officials confirmed the move from the low-security federal prison in Tallahassee to the minimum-security prison camp in Bryan, Texas. Ghislaine Maxwell had been at the Florida prison for 3 years prior to her meetings last week with the Deputy Attorney General. The facility houses both men and women. The Texas prison camp, on the other hand, is just for women. Other inmates there include convicted Theranos fraudster Elizabeth Holmes and former Real Housewives star Jen Shaw, who pleaded guilty in a telemarketing scheme. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News for 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Maxwell serving a 20-year prison sentence for her role in Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking of minors. Elon Musk's car company has been slapped with a major financial penalty. A Miami jury ordering Tesla to pay $329 million to the victims of a fatal crash involving its autopilot driver assist technology. Possibly, it said, opening the door to other lawsuits and potentially denting the company's safety perception at a critical time. The federal jury contending Tesla had significant responsibility due to the failed tech, although the driver did did admit he was distracted by a cell phone at the time of the crash, hitting a couple at a vehicle. In the Miami case, it made it to trial. More on Money Watch 2656 past the hour on 1010 Wins. After a one-day weather delay, the latest NASA SpaceX mission off the launch pad.
With clouds beginning to build again off the central Florida coast, the countdown continued until at 11:43 Eastern Time.
2, 1, ignition.
The crew of 4 is headed to the International Space Station for science experiments, technology demonstrations, and preparations for eventual deep space exploration. That crew will be aboard the ISS when the orbiting laboratory celebrates 25 years of uninterrupted human occupancy. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
This is one for the weather books. Reports of a so-called lightning mega flash stretching an incredible 515 miles across the skies from eastern Texas to Kansas City, Missouri in 2017, only now recognized as a new world record. Of that year, October 22nd to be exact, featured in a report by the Bulletin of Meteorological Society, pointing to new technology for the discovery. So how can you turn $5 into more $1.5 million? Helps if you have access to a casino.
It happened this week at the Thunder Valley Casino Resort in Northern California, not far from the state capital, Sacramento. Earlier in the day, a gambler won a $250,000 jackpot on one machine. Jackpot! Jackpot! Then another person won the $1,155,982 jackpot on a Wheel of Fortune triple-double diamond game, a penny slot machine.
Wins News Time, 7:38. 1010 Wins Entertainment. And just like that, the show, and just like that, the Sex and City revival canceled after season 3. This current season on HBO Max to be the last, wrapping up in a 2-part finale this month.
Home exchange. We switch houses, cars, everything. Bingo. I need you to answer this. Are there any men in your town?
The beloved movie The Holiday set to get the TV treatment at Apple TV Plus as a limited series adaptation. Casting is underway. Erykah Badu unveiling her Mama's Gun anniversary.